What's going on? What's going on? It's your boy Aristotle. And today we're going to talk about the 6 steps on how to outwork everyone, how to get everything you want out of life. All right. So step 1 first starts with you, self-love, believing you deserve to get ahead and be a part of whatever you want to be. So if you want to be successful, if you want to be the best this, the best that, you have to have a sense of self-love and feeling like you deserve that. Now, I'm not saying you have to go snake people and do all of this and that. This is about you, okay? So it has to be about you, self-love, all right? So if you can control that aspect first, you're already successful, because you got to think successful people are just people who wanted it enough for themselves. You got to say, hey, I deserve to be successful. I deserve to be here, all right? So that's step 1. Step 2 is the mentality, having that killer instinct. I call it the immigrant mentality. You know how immigrants come over here to the US and they pretty much know how to maneuver and get all the money and get ahead. Why? Because their last country was nothing to them. So they're thinking about, hey, I'm over here in America. These people are free. They have all of this money, all of this opportunity. I can just wake up and start a business tomorrow. The government don't have to be all up in my face, this and that. Like, that's the mentality immigrants have. They have that killer instinct, that Kobe, that mama mentality, to come over here and make something of themselves because it's easy as pie. And they probably look at us like, man, these people over here think they have it hard. They have no idea what it's like to be controlled, to be pretty much forced anything against their will. You got to understand that. These people understand the hardships of life, because I've traveled and I've been to other countries, and I realize this is 10 times easier over here. 10 times easier. We sit here and complain, especially, you know, being a black man. I complain about how hard it is being a black man in America. Try being a black man in France. Try being a black man in any other country. It's probably 10 times harder. 10 times more free over here, I'll tell you that. The only other place you'll probably be as free being a black man is Africa. And, you know, of course, being a black man in America, there's a disconnect with being a black man in Africa, of course, because it's 2 different cultures. All right. So number 3, you got to create a habit of not giving up. All right. So that's first and foremost. So when I say that from a perspective of a biological perspective of your brain is a muscle. So you got to develop what is called muscle memory. You know how when you go into the gym and you always working out, you get stronger and stronger over time. So all being smart is a repetition of repeating the same thoughts over and over and over again. All right, so that's one thing you all got to realize when you're trying to be successful, is you have to train your brain into success, trick your brain into success. And the only way to do that is to do habits of successful people, which is staying on schedule and doing something every single day. So whether that's reading, studying, and executing at least, 5 days out the week, 6 days out the week. And and to add on to this is, you don't need lots of time off. You shouldn't need a full week off, meaning from anything, whether it's from studying, work. You can't really overindulge in entertainment. This video is sponsored by Honey Drip Network. Honey Drip Network is an option trading and sports betting community that is also growing in numerous things that we'll be teaching our community. We have free options in sports betting watch lists, free webinars, free videos, and free trading bots. Link in the description if you're interested in joining this free community so we can show you how to get this money for free. Let's get it. So that's number 4, is to stay away from overindulging into things. So cutting off all of the vices, distractions, all of that thing, whether it's you play too many video games, you scroll on social media too much, you can't put down that cigarette. The first thing you want to do is pick up your phone. You got to control how and where your attention is going. Okay? So if you want to get ahead of everyone, realize that everyone is distracted. Everyone is either scrolling on social media, going to watch Netflix, wants to club, wants to party, and some people have that right to. You get what I'm saying? Some people are financially free, content, or whatnot. And I'm not saying don't have a good time at all. I'm speaking if you in rock bottom, then you got to get to a point where you can take time off. Even just successful leaders in general, even if you individualize people. Study some of their habits, listen to them talk, and you will get somewhere. Another thing is to keep your energy pure. So if you want to get ahead of everybody, you have to have more karma. And karma comes with things like luck, meaning blessings come to you. Because that's all luck is it, in people's opinion. It's just a blessing that somebody received that you didn't. So somebody will say you got lucky. But really what they're trying to say is that blessing was for me, or that could have been me to do that, and you got lucky. And hey, it does happen. You get what I'm saying? Like, even with lottery ticket winners, hey, by the luck of the draw, you won, right? And that's cool. You win, you get taxed, this and that. But at the end of the day, I do no hating. And keeping my energy pure is something I believe is a great tactic of mine, is keeping my karma real. So when it's time for me to receive a blessing, God will give it to me. Because like I explained before, when you're out here doing wrong and then wrong happens, because wrong is going to happen in your life. Whether someone gets sick, you get sick, business falls, something bad just is going to happen in life. And when bad happens, you don't want to tumble down the hill. You want God to be able to give you, a fork or a pick to be able to, withstand falling too far when bad things do happen. And how that happens is keeping your energy pure and your karma clean. All right. So those are my basic steps as far as pretty much showing you how to outwork people. 6 steps is just straight up, karma based, building good habits, but understanding the biology and everything of how you work as a human. You got to understand yourself as a human. You got to understand that yes, you're going to go through the motions. You got to understand that yes, your brain is a muscle, and you must instill good muscle memory, and do not be too distracted, but also to have a balance. You get what I'm saying? To also have a balance. Like I always say, I would always tell these young men to, hey, go back to Netflix. Go back to all of these different type of platforms that aren't social media, because it's way better than social media. You get what I'm saying? Because this right here, a lot of this stuff isn't reality. So I'd rather you go live in a false reality than be misconstrued by thinking this stuff is reality when it isn't, because people can paint the picture they want to paint. You get what I'm saying? That's the whole objective to social media, is the finesse. All right. So it's your boy Aristotle. Hope you enjoyed this show. We out of here.